Just take a look at where the markets have gone in Kenya, and as I said earlier, we are seeing that market continuing to ink up gains. Slight today, 0.1%, 4,469. And some of the gainers that we saw today, including Kenyan, as well as Kenya's KCB, which set at a record level today. Out on the currency front, we've got the Kenyan shilling stronger against the dollar, 87.10 against the greenback. Joining us now in Nairobi to give us an update on the Kenyan markets is Johnson Nderi. He's investment analyst at Suntra Investment Bank. Johnson, we continue to be surprised in other parts of Africa about the gains that we're seeing out in Kenya. At the same time, we are happy to be seeing those gains. Give us a sense of what's driving sentiment stronger even as we near those elections next Monday.
Well, for a number of companies that are listed in the market, where there are a number of factors that are driving it. Number one, we've got foreign investor interest, which has managed to, which we really think looks like they have underwritten the market. So that gives a bit of confidence, or rather, that has been been driving demand in these shares and keeping the prices up. The other aspects are profitability. For example, share like KCB, you've got the expected earnings to be strong. So we expect that's what the market is pricing in, and that's driving it as well. And then the other factor is over the long term. If you're comparing with January last year, interest rates are about, say for example, the interbank interest rates, they're less than a half, probably even more, of last year's levels. So the downward dip in interest rate movements, or the downward trend of movements, has really driven prices and valuation up.
Yeah. So are you surprised by these gains as we are?
Well, in some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Because at some point the prices were just seeming ridiculous. If you're looking at 3, 4, 5 months ago, the prices were extremely low, and everybody kept saying that because elections are around the corner, we expect to see a dip further. But for me, it didn't quite resonate. The argument didn't quite hold too much water, because if you look at the valuations then, expected performance of companies then, and if you went back to 2008 and you look at the sequence of events, I think I was a bit more bullish than everybody else, but then again the foreigners kept picking it up and they've been really driving the market. So for those who stayed in the market through all that, the benefits. Yeah,
blow your own horn there, Johnson. Do blow it. But I must continue on the surprise theme. What about the presence of the foreigners? Because we do know that they are, in most cases, amongst the first people to pack their bags and run once they hear about the elections in Africa.
We didn't see it that way, simply because if you look at Europe, the North, basically the Americas, two things. First of all, because of economic risk, the risk of downside risk in the economic growth, Kenya looks a little bit attractive when it comes to yield, because I think at that time we were offering double-digit returns as opposed to the single digits up there. And of course, again, there's also the risk of recession, which I think has materialized. And in Kenya, you'd got strong growth coming in at about 4.7% GDP growth rate. So there are a number of positive factors that made it very sensible for investors who had already got exposure in Europe to diversify to frontier and emerging markets, Kenya being one of them. And because we were really discounted at that time, it made a lot of sense to take positions in Kenyan market.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good bet for them.
Yeah, so higher yield, positive flow around the Kenyan markets and the major markets in general. But still, I must say I'm surprised. Kenyan up 9% today. Did someone leak something that the market has picked up here? What's going on?
Well, if you look at Kenyan, if you look at it's trading at a fraction of its book value. I think the book value last time we checked was about 30 shillings per share. So coming in at 9 is really, I mean, at 11 is you're still trading at a third of book value. Beyond that, Kenyan has been really investing. New plants have been commissioned with better terms, power purchase agreements. So we expect actually better margins. May not come through this time round, but obviously 6 months down, 9 months down the line, you expect improved results, and it's only fair that the price keeps trending upwards in tandem with every other new plant being commissioned, with every other new megawatt being released into the grid.
Yeah. So what are your expectations for earnings there? Just give us your sense for the first half numbers. I'm hoping you can give me a nice range there.
No, we work with trend. Although for Kenyan, 20 has been mentioned. We are a bit more conservative than that. We'll probably be at 15 right now because of simply the low return on equity, return on assets, so low profitability for the Kenyan. But the thing is, the story is you're talking about a recovery. Yeah. So on that basis, then, as margins improve, as interest rates improve, and they've got some foreign exchange denominated loans. Yeah. So for example, yen denominated, any yen denominated loan for them will because of the drop in the weakening of the yen, will mean perhaps lower finance costs. Yeah. So again, you've got positive movement over there. So gradually you should see the ROEs improving there.
Quickly, Johnson, tomorrow and Friday, are we likely to see gains again?
Probably, because I think we've seen a full reversal today. I think all indicators were positive except one, which really was a function of yesterday's, EABL traded a huge block. Yeah. We don't expect that every day. Absolutely. So, but every other indicator was positive, so expect that trend to continue to pick up from where left off today.